All right, y'all. Welcome back to Beauty in the City, brought to you by Dream Media Broadcast. Man, I have a special guest today that's probably one of the top-notch barbers in the DFW. It's not an opinion. These are facts. Check him out. Be right back. All right, here we go. Let's get back to action. Beauty in the City, guys. Okay, so I got my man's, the one and only. This is actually kind of personal to me because I just found out. I can't believe I just found out this person knows one of my employees. Shout out to my girl, Jazz. I know one day you're going to see this, but hey, Jazz, you were right. You were right about this one, Jazz. But hey, I got my boy Reggie in here, man. Tell us all about your world, your life, and what you're doing right now.
Man, first of all, KP, I want to say I appreciate, man, you and Dream having me in this thing, man. Yo, it was always an honor to be in good company. But, man, again, Reggie George, aka Sophisticus, man. Sophisticus is a name that for a long time rang in the Metroplex, man. But like we talked about a little bit off air, man, that just come from a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding in the industry, man. Yeah. And right now, man, I'm in retirement phase, man. Yep.
Crazy. But I can't believe you ain't said that. That's a whole bar right there.
Yeah.
You never lose the insight or the knowledge or the experience, man. Like that's always gonna be there, man. I still like touching the schools and pouring into young entrepreneurial minded, especially in the industry, you know, whether it comes to barbering, beauty, whatever it is, man. I'm still gonna pour the game on the up and coming barbers, stylists, techs, whoever, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And folks, you know how to bring my boy Dream in this one, man. You know, this is high level conversation.
Yeah.
What you know about? Tell me something good about Reggie.
Everything. Real dude. Reggie definitely, like all of us, I've seen Reggie evolve. Every time I see him, he's evolving. And the level of respect I got for him from when I, first met him to hearing what happened with his daughters, which birthed a father figure, which is a miracle story in itself. Seeing him from back in the day, just us running as brothers and boys to men, and to hear him say, I am retiring means that he has met his maker when it comes to his purpose in life. It's a day, the day that you were born is very important. You're here, but the day when you found out why you were born and to bet on you and your purpose, that's not the easiest thing to do. Especially when Reggie George is a high-ticket barber, meaning this. You're not even going to ask. You're not going to compromise. I know for a fact if Reggie probably got 100 billion clients that all pay him $150, $200 haircut. To walk away from that to pursue his purpose, I just got to give it up for him, man. That's just shout out to the father figure and what he's doing. That's just amazing. So yeah, that's my brother, man. So I definitely had to roll the dice. I didn't know if he was busy today.
Yeah. And look, it was perfect timing, bro.
Yeah, I said, man, what you doing? He like, man, I'm at Home Depot. I like, man, listen, man, I need you to come up here. And he didn't even know that KP was here. And I'm like, man, just come up here. He said, you at the same spot. So I'm still here, bro. But we evolved a little bit, just like you're evolving. And I remember you said, man, I want the three angles. I want this. I want that look. And I'm like, yeah. So shout out to where the home of the Father Figure podcast would be.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, Dream was in the delivery room when we birthed all this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Nah, it's a big evolution is part of the game.
Yeah.
If you're around cats that ain't evolving, bro, you need to
rattle. And here's the thing. As men, we need that. We need to hear that too, because Reggie, you ain't the person you was 5 years. KP, you wasn't the same person you was 5 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. So hopefully you're inclining, not declining, in your spiritual walk with God, integrity as a man, you know what I'm saying? We've all fell short, but we got to learn from our shortcomings And it's just refreshing to see brothers go together. We've seen each other in Atlanta one time, Reg, and I was just in Atlanta, man. I just got jealous because how are they they understand coming together versus us in the D.
Boy.
And
What?
And the thing is, man, it's environmental. You know what I'm saying? We all products of our environment.
Absolutely.
And I think in Dallas, even in Houston, man, I think in Houston they're more cohesive
I will agree.
because they have created an environment where they are really supportive of each other, whether
Yeah.
they in the rap game, they in business.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I don't know, again, man, even from an industry standpoint, barbers and stylists and techs and whoever, Dallas just has yet to create an environment where everybody is cohesive, man. We still so competitive out here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an unspoken competition. Like, you ain't nobody gonna really come out and say I'm competing,
But
I ain't gonna fool.
man, come on,
Why
man.
is that, Reg?
Bro,
I mean,
It's
like,
it's
there's
first
so
of all,
many-
it's culture. Let me tell y'all something. And it didn't hit me until I got on the plane leaving Atlanta when I was out there with ET. And I remember seeing a really dope picture of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah.
And I said, his spirit, his vibrations is still in that city.
Absolutely.
And he created that culture. And whether Atlanta realizes it or not, that vibration is still going on. We just have to we'll never compare to Martin Luther King, but we need to be like-minded when he's bringing people together. That's why I think this podcast is so important for Kevin Polite and his industry. And us, Kevin is my client now. And he said, well, Dream, how am I supposed to compete with 40 to 50 other beauty supply stores? And I drew a piece of paper. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I drew a line.
In my mind.
Yeah, I drew a line. And he was on one side. It was a box. That was him by himself. And on another line, it was 50 people. I said, in those 50 stores, you know what they're not doing? They're not supporting a Reggie George. They're not pushing a Reggie George. They're not, saying, go holler at Reggie George. They're not listening to the people. When you walk in, are you listening to your music? Are you walk in, do you see Reggie George's picture up on the screen? Do you know Reggie George's story? And I said, once you show the people that you care, they coming because of networks.
Now, you brought up Georgia. I'm from Georgia. I was born in Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia. Shout out all the family in Brunswick, Georgia. Man, it's a totally different culture, man. Black is black. Everybody sticks around with black. Everything's black. Every day, all day.
It's impressive.
Black.
Very impressive.
And so, so I know how you feel, especially on the plane. Almost everyone's black. You do have other business people go to Atlanta. I mean, it's a whole nother thing. It's just a well-diverse city, but everything's all black, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So going to that point, man, there are a lot of black-owned businesses, black-owned beauty supply stores. Don't get it wrong. There's a lot of black-owned beauty supply stores, and shout out to all the black-owned beauty supplies in the DFW area. I want to see you. It's not about competition. It's about uniting.
Reggie, do you know any black-owned stores
I
here?
know a couple of them.
You do?
A couple of them.
That's crazy. Shout out to y'all too. I'd never.
Which ones do you know?
Man, I don't know like I said, I remember the one that was on Cooper. I don't remember the names, man.
That's
I know
Big Polish. That's
Yeah,
Big
Big
Polish.
Polish.
Shout out
I
to
know
Big
a couple.
Polish.
She is such a wonderful person.
Nah,
I met her
man,
once.
shout out
I
to
met
you,
her
Queen.
once before, and I want to collab with her. I mean, I want to talk to her one-on-one. I mean, she knows the fights and the battle of the beauty supply industry. And I gotta get her in here.
Bro, listen,
Gotta get
KP, listen. If you have that mentality and you sit down with as many of those business owners as you can, man, it's gonna be amazing, dog.
Well, it's also about a transfer of information too.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of times,
Yeah.
that's where collaboration comes in. That's where being cohesive is that just being in the right rooms, man. Just having a drink or a lunch or a dinner with somebody. Sometimes it's just about the transfer of information. A little insight here, a little bit of insight there. It goes a long way, man.
Yeah.
Especially with somebody who's in the space. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
If I'm in the if I'm in the media space, or if I'm in the podcast space, or if I'm in the beauty supply space, why not talk to y'all and say, look, man, I don't want all the game. Just give me enough to put me on the right path.
You would think that's the case. However,
It ain't.
no pun. And I please respect me when I say this. And please don't come after me after I say this, 'cause I know this is risque. And I gotta say it.
Say it.
Dallas, Texas is called the Bible Belt. Therefore, we have 5 mega churches. Each church probably consists of hundreds of thousands. In that 5-mile radius, I'm not going to name y'all names. Y'all already know who you are. Here's the craziest thing. Even during COVID, which was a crazy time, they did not come together. That's a problem.
Well, and not that, and put a bookmark right there, Dream, just because you definitely in the neighborhood,
Right.
but a lot of times we have a lot of entities, not just the church, the businesses, even when it comes to schools or whatever it is. See, our people as a whole, we take competition too far. Even when it comes to churches, like we think so and so church is better than this church, and this pastor is better than that pastor. But we do that because our cultures are inundated with sports. We love sports. Sports then put a lot of our families in different tax brackets, and these athletes, they bringing us out of poverty. So now we have turned competition into a lifestyle.
Yeah.
We competing in spaces where we don't need to compete. Just like with KP, I'm hearing you ask, like, how do I compete? Like, what I can tell you from being in the barber and the beauty space is that you don't. Like, all you do is you create a superior product. You create a superior space. It's just like, man, there's barbershops and barbers on every corner, just like a church.
Yeah.
On every corner. And then every barbershop got 5 or 10 barbers in there.
Facts.
So you got to pass, man. I have clients, man. We've been in Arlington forever, man. I got clients come from DeSoto, Plano, Richardson.
You that cold though? That boy cold.
Just because I created a superior product
Boy cold.
that I only had to compete with myself.
Yeah.
The only person I ever had to compete with was Reggie.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care who else said was the coldest barber, because when you sit in my chair, the person who pays me said I'm the coldest cat.
I'm going to tell you what struck the nerve with Reggie with me. Because we've been needing to sit down.
Yeah.
And from now that I'm hearing what you're going through right now, I'm excited. Like, oh, now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
You bet on you? And you walking on water like that? Oh, that now we cook with hot grease. I thought you was down on Coburg, chopping them up this whole time. So I'm filming, so I'm the production. I do the production I am marketing for the Breakfast Brothers. They're my clients. Shout out to Ricky Booker. In the kitchen with the Breakfast Brothers, and it's crazy, bro. I swear to God, I was like, I've been saying, I think I reached out to you one time, and before New Year's came, and I wasn't able to get back to you. And I was saying, man, I need to holler at my boy Red, because we've always had this bond, but it's almost like it's just timing. It was like a timing thing, right? And so I'm filming, and in comes shout out to Rudy Rush, you know what I'm saying? And he had the father figure shirt on. I was like, that's my dude. Rocking my dude's shirt. I was like, you know my brother. He said, oh, that's my dude. That's my brother. That's right. He rocked it proudly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of what it represents. And when you represent something, your brand to outlive you.
100%.
Your brand to outlive you. Nike, it's a brand.
Yep.
It's a brand. You got to stand behind that brand and what that brand is about. You know what I'm saying? And with your brand, that's a big deal to me. I don't know, bro. I just didn't think.
It's a dream. And listen to me, man. Like, a lot of times, we we own business, we own growth, we own synergy, man. But a lot of times we have to recognize the God in things.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I come in here, man, you know, me and Dream have always had our relationship, but to hear that my niece works in a black-owned beauty supply, like I know where Jasmine worked.
Yeah.
But all I hear is the God in that. Like I don't attribute anything to coincidence or anything to
Right.
luck.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're having this conversation because of a God intervention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how, even with the brand, even with the beauty supply, like, man, we are supposed to be in spaces that grow each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not helping you extend that business, especially to our community, but just throughout the Metroplex, again, that's that tap on the shoulder from God telling me, like, man, that's why your niece is there.
Man, that is
That's
great.
why your niece.
I introduced so off camera so y'all can hear what just happened. So I called Reggie. I like, bro, you need to come up here. Now Reg just come up here. That's my brother. So he didn't even think about it. He dropped it and come on with it. Be mindful. I ain't seen that. We probably seen each other on social media, but I ain't seen bro like in a year. Probably like a year. I ain't seen him a good year. Overdue. And I called him just like that. And I'm like, you need to come up here so he meet KP. And he ain't know KP. But it's like, yeah, man, the owner of this is that. So hold on. And then Reg was like, yo, my daughter work up there. I didn't know that was a black owned.
Yeah, my niece.
That's your niece, which is like your daughter.
100%.
And for that to expand to where you guys are sitting down as the kings that you are now, to show the focal point of the purpose of beauty in the city.
Yes.
I just think everything's I just told you, it's going to align
Absolutely.
itself.
And it's alignment. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I think everything is about alignment, man. And for me to just even find out, like I said, and I've been up there a couple times, just like I said, dropping food off. But had I known that it was again, even with Be Polished, man, I would patronize Be Polished just because I knew it was a black-owned establishment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not about what's in there. It's not about what's in what the price is. And those are the things that I hear when you say, how do I compete? See, a lot of times, because there are other nationalities who have that market cornered, we do have to look at pricing, and we have to look at product availability. And because you know, when you go into a mega beauty supply, like, bro, it's everything in there.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to get out of our mind as a community, is stop comparing
Yeah.
Yes.
the two beauty supplies and what's available. Like,
Right.
no, there's always something. Yeah, I would find the most minuscule thing. I don't care if it's neck strips. I don't care if it might be, and I use a lot of luster products, so it might be their little glosser or whatever. I would purposely find one or two things that I could say, look, I'm going to come in this beauty supply and shop. Every time I need some neck strips, I'm going to come over here. Every time I need this polish, I'm going to come over here. I might not be able to get everything I need, but those are the things that we have to start doing with each other, is saying, I'm not going to price gouge. I'm not going to price compare.
Yeah.
If so-and-so got it for $2 and you got it for 10, I'm just going to spend the 10 with you.
Yeah.
And then as we start patronizing each other, now your price can come down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're able to start buying things in bulk or start expanding on. Once we get out of that, and then again in this city, that's what causes a lot of those comparisons, is because we don't have it in our mind like, man, I'm just going to support this brother.
But you know, Reggie, the research that I did, and KP did a very good job. KP price matched every other beauty supply store.
100%. Like,
That's cold. So you price matched the competition. So there is no reason for you not to. Also, every barber and salon professional, he gives them 10% off the TLP. And then you have a reward program.
Yes, I do.
That what is it?
Every $50 they spend, you get a star. Get 5 stars, get 25% off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And those are the things, bro, that that create that superior product.
Right.
Then it's no longer about competition. It's no longer about comparisons. It's just saying like, look, I'm elite in my space.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like if cats don't understand, even with the brand, bro, like all I've done is figure out ways to become elite in the father figure space.
Exactly.
I'm not elite in the Nike space. I'm not elite in the Under Armour space. I'm not elite in any other micro brand space. I'm just trying to figure out how do I become elite in the father figure space.
Yeah.
And you know how many people are in the father figure space?
How many?
A lot.
One. No, it ain't but one in the father figure space. And I'm talking about my space.
Oh, gotcha. In your own
I'm
perspective.
saying-
No, I got you.
I'm saying-
Absolutely.
There are a lot of father figures out there.
Yes.
But my space
Yes.
is what I'm elite at.
Correct.
And that's what I'm saying as far as
Reg, you said elite.
elite.
That's a strong word.
That's a strong word. That's premium.
It's
It's premium.
It's premium, and it also can be subjective. What do you mean by elite?
Elite is standalone. Like again, man, when you use those type descriptive words, bro, it holds you to a standard that you have to meet daily. Like again, what I consider elite, I got from the barber space.
Yeah.
Because again, there's a lot of education out. You know, most barbers don't learn how to cut hair in barber college. You just learn how to go get a license and you know sanitation, all that kind of stuff. But self mastery is what makes you elite.
Yeah.
And once I figure out how I master becoming elite in the Reggie space, now I no longer compete with any other barber on this planet.
Correct.
So you have graduated from what you would call top-notch barber. You've done it all. You ins and out, the successors, the downfall, the best experience you ever had. You've done it all as a barber.
KP, let me explain why I feel like and I'm solidified in the elite space. Of course I have an elite cut, but I also have elite service.
Mm-hmm.
I also have an elite schedule. Man, it's anybody who has ever sat in my chair over the last 20 years can tell you, not only is he the most consistent cutting my hair, but I don't remember no times when he late. I don't remember no times him ever smelling like weed and having low level conversations when I'm in this chair. I never even with the father figure. Father figure is as successful as it is right now because of who I was as a barber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cats know my schedule. I'm so serious about my schedule, man, because if I explain to you that my girls play at 7, you can't come to your appointment late and have me late for the game. It don't work like that.
It don't work.
Because again, I've established like, look, man, I'm family first. I'm not as successful as I was as a barber and as an owner. I've always been family first.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that my business was not a high priority. It just was never my top priority.
Yeah.
So if my schedule says, look, I have to be somewhere at 7, bro, I'm not explaining to my kids why I'm late for your haircut.
Shout out.
I'm not gonna do
That's
this.
real.
But again, that comes from a standard, and then you have to consistently meet that standard. You can't just set the standard and not meet it.
Powerful.
It's a lot of people in our industry who will say, look, I want to implement a late fee and I want to implement, but you always late.
Yeah.
Like, no,
on,
I want to implement this and like, but you inconsistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what, when I say elite,
Yeah.
there's
That's what elite.
nobody who has ever been in my shops as a barber or a stylist. Anybody ever sat in my chair that can tell you like, man, this cat checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, you talk about it. This is powerful.
Yeah, that's where you at. That's where you at. And we all grow as an owner. So he just gave you a whole master class on the type of, beauty supply that you are and you're going to become and you're going to increase, because these are lessons for everybody as a business owner to be elite, to say that you're premium. You do not be late. You do not have high or low vibrations. If you have low vibrations, you need to keep them out that shop. Don't come in that day. Don't do that to the person that's sitting in there if you can't separate the two. You're not smelling like weed. You're not smelling like alcohol. You're smelling good. You're smelling fresh. Right. It looks good. You're feeling good. When that person walks up out of his chair, he needs to feel like a new person.
And that's
with positive vibes.
That's how inside out. That's inside out. I should have put something on you, Annie. You know what I'm saying? And that's the.
Did you know what he said?
Come on, Joe. I see it.
And that's the biggest thing, even in your business, man. When somebody walk in there and let's say they have had a mediocre day, like something should uplift them on top of getting whatever they came for. Like even if it's you know, when you training people, if you training Jazz or whoever it is, like, man, look, let your light shine on somebody else. And now that referral ain't just about what you got in there.
That's culture.
That referral is about, like, man.
That's culture.
You know what? When I went in there, the energy, I was having a horrible day.
Man.
But just what that little girl said to me on the way out.
That's powerful.
And now that one person turns into a whole neighborhood.
Didn't we just say it's like a doctor?
Powerful.
Beauty in the city, y'all. We got a solid conversation going on right now. It seems like we need more time almost, but hey, right now I got more questions for you. You know, I know you're the top-notch barber, but you going on to the next phase of your chapter, which I know that you already know how to control this and what's the next step for you. So give me just a sec. I'll be right back. Beauty in the city. We got my boy Reggie in the house.
Reggie.
We got some good conversation going. Holler back.
Let's go.
Welcome back, Beauty in the City, whereas the beauty's in your city. Man, it's your boy Kevin Polite again. Got my boy Reg and my boy Dream in the house.
Go.
Guys, I just want to let you know, man, we got one of the top-notch people in the DFW that knows where they're going, huh?
Reggie George.
Reggie, that's in the building that knows exactly about this whole industry. And, you know, the purpose today is really to pick his brain a little bit and act and figure out what's next in this world, since he's already done everything in the barber industry. And you top barbers, man, shout out to all y'all. I know you know my man Reg, but anyway, let's get back to Mr. Reg again. So Reg, what do you got on right now? It's a father figure. What's that all about?
F2,
man. It's that F2 apparel, man. Father figure apparel, and that's, you know, that's part of the purpose in anything, even coming from being a barber, man, coming from being an owner. It really created what we have now. And even, you know, telling Dream about retirement really just means we going on to that second act or different season.
Second chapter.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still all a part of it, man, because my reputation as a barber really created a lot of the space that we in, you know, just from gaining that respect, gaining the honor that comes from that, and really the transition that we had to make. And just give you a short little snippet, man. 2019, man, one of my girls was stabbed in the head with a pair of scissors at school, man, by a little boy. and essentially almost killing her.
Yeah.
And man, she spent 3 months in the hospital, man. Massive stroke, 2 brain surgeries, bro. And in that 3 months, man, it really put in perspective purpose. It put in perspective again how insignificant business and money is in comparison to family.
Yeah.
That does not make it insignificant, period. But for me, that was the rock that got through in the pond that created the ripples that started my exit to the industry, man. Just because it takes a lot of energy, man. It takes a lot of it takes a huge capacity to pour into people and hire and fire and run a business, and after that, man, it just led to what you see now in the father figure space, but it also kind of emptied my cup on the capacity to deal with barbers and beauticians and running a business and all of that kind of stuff. Cause for me, man, it took so much out of me, that bro, it Miles Monroe says that adversity introduces a man to himself.
Absolutely.
And the Reggie that's here now is just a different Reggie than Reggie the barber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes, and I hate to say it takes reality checks in life to almost know your purpose.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as we get older and older, you start putting pieces together to a purpose. Now, a purpose is a long road. As long as you live, there's always a purpose. If you didn't die, if you're not dead yet, there's a purpose. You got to change the algorithm of life some way, somehow. That could be from making someone feel good that makes the formula of that person doing something, that person doing something else. I mean, it's crazy how this industry, it's crazy, man. It all comes together. Yeah. But to go back to what I was saying, reality checks, and I hate sometimes it really does take reality checks for somebody to say, hey, this is not as important as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Money is great, man. I mean, I'll tell you this. I've been blessed. I know how it feels. I've been broke. I know how to have no money in your pocket. Yeah. I know how it feels to be one of the top people in your whole class.
Right.
I know exactly how it feels.
Right.
But due to my reality checks, it's a little thing called humble. Yeah. You learn how to be humble.
Yeah.
And being humble allows you to make solid decisions saying, hey, just because I have this, that doesn't mean I have to splurge. Or just because I have this, I need to be effective on my purpose in life, on what I have and what I can do, what I possibly could do to help other people so that our universe could go around.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. I'll be honest with you. I mean, that was a freestyle. I was fresh off the dome.
There's no other way, brother.
Right. There's no other way. There's no other way to look at it. There's no other way to look at it. Right. And I am so glad, and I'm so glad you was able to help out those that, you know what, you don't even know. You might have changed someone's life. You might have caused someone not to die. You might have caused someone to, do something in life that you don't even know that you caused.
Well, bro, like, that's the thing about different seasons. See, we respect different seasons literally. You know what I'm saying? You respect summer, you respect spring, fall, winter. You know what I'm saying? Because and the reason why you respect it is because when it get hot outside, man, you wear less clothes.
Facts.
Winter come, you put on more clothes.
Shout out to Texas.
Right. Shout out to we don't know what season.
Right.
But in life, bro, it's the same way, bro. Like when you transition from season to season, some things have to die. Yep. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see no leaves on the tree.
Correct.
You see the bugs ain't as active.
Right.
Because in evolution and in transitioning from season to season, man, like that does not mean you don't honor last season. That just means you have to respect the current season.
Correct.
And a lot of times, man, in business, and I'm speaking from experience, man, we'll hold on to a season too long and not recognize. Again, that's like wearing a jacket in summer.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying?
You still holding on to that season?
Like, hold on, bro. Why you still got that jacket on, man? It's July in Texas, and when you see that person, they gonna look out of season.
I seen my little partner the other day. I promise you, it was 100 degrees, my man got the hoodie on. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
That just came out, bro. I noticed that.
But like, the key is, and again, that's what. But in life, bro, like the season that I'm in now
Yeah.
is about still honoring last season, man. I mean, I've had the ultimate success in the beauty and barber industry, but I have to respect the fact that that season came to an end,
Man,
and that's the only way that I can thrive in this season, is saying like, man, last summer was dope.
yeah.
But that don't mean get to the next summer and say I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did last summer.
Yeah, you got to keep
That
evolving.
don't make sense.
Yeah, you got to
You
keep
know what I'm
evolving.
saying? Like, and that's what spaces like this, platforms like this, man. It's beyond inspirational to understand the ownership space, but then saying it takes courage to come out here and say, look, I'm gonna open up a beauty supply in this industry that I see is saturated by other nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that's the thing that has to be the foundation of the business. Is like, I had the courage to come out here and do this against. See, it ain't like opening up a barbershop.
Yeah,
A beauty supply, a nail salon.
that's a whole.
Just imagine women who got the courage to come out here and say, look, I'm gonna open up a black-owned nail salon.
Wow.
Man,
They're out there.
they out there,
yeah.
but the problem is that 10 out of what 9.5 out of 10 of them got the same identity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not gonna call out no national,
Right.
no,
Right.
It's
right.
frowned upon.
Yeah.
Or again,
Why is it frowned upon?
now I see what happens is when I find out this establishment is black owned, I hold it to a higher standard than I hold these other people to. Now you almost come in looking for what's wrong.
Expectations.
You come in and like, oh no, they got dust over here, and they
Right.
like, oh no, they that water was too hot.
Over here talking about.
Like no, right? You know what I'm saying? Like no, I didn't like the lights in there.
Right.
Like no,
Camille was talking about, man.
Yeah, same thing. You know, hey, you know, did you know Khalil cuts hair? Shout out to Khalil. Did you know Khalil cuts hair in a whole bodysuit, bro?
man, Khalil.
Cause you know he like on that COVID still, like COVID. So when Khalil when he cuts your hair, he is in a whole space suit
With fashion.
with fashion.
With fashion.
Yeah.
But one thing I've always respected about Khalil, man, is Khalil, like myself, man, in his own way, like he has always stood out. Like
Always.
Khalil has never
Always
concerned himself with anybody
at
else's
all.
opinion.
Always been 100.
And that's the thing that I've always respected about him, from, you know, his religious beliefs to
Yeah,
anything.
absolutely.
Like, bro, like a cat that's willing to stand on who they are,
Believe in themselves.
I'm gonna respect you.
Yeah, when you bet, I love when somebody bets on them.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a bet on me.
Yeah.
I had to educate my son the other day, and we was gonna go see the Monster Truck. Went to Monster Jam, me and my son, and he's into fashion now, and he was like, "Daddy, check out this outfit." He pull out the Nike. You know, I do the whole thing. Nike. He got the Nike sweatsuit, the Nike shirt, the Nike pants, and he got his. I got him some Panda Jordans. He's like, "Dad, what you think? For the kill him?" No, he had the Braid 11, so it was already 11. So I said, "That's what's up." He said, "Daddy, what you wearing?" And I showed him what I was wearing. It's a Dream Motivates hoodie. It's a Dream Motivates jogger suit. The Dream Motivates hat. And I had some 11s on. He said, "Daddy, why you ain't gonna wear your Nike stuff?" I said, "Let me show you something. You see this Nike sign? That's somebody else's family. You see this Adidas? That's somebody else's family. You see this other shoe? That's somebody else's family. And you see this DM? That's your family. So I'm gonna represent your family today." My son said, "You know what, Daddy? I'm gonna go get mine on too." And I put it on my social media. I go, "That Dream Motivates." Me and him rocking at the joint. I had a proud Father Day. You know what I'm saying? So we're teaching ourselves. I rock my father figure stuff at the gym all the time.
But that's the thing, Dream. Even like with Jazz being, man, it makes me honor her job even more. Like, man, we don't understand what it means for a black man for my niece who was a young lady. Again, my girls see daddy in the shop, so daddy building this brand. But even for my niece to see that, look, man, this is a black owned establishment that is going to be ran with standards. It's going to be it's a true job. You can't come in there and you shouldn't expect like, look, man, I might get my check, I might not. Yeah. It might be open, it might not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that in our communities that set standards for our young people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And even with the brand, that's what I try to explain to people even about the father figure space, because so many people get caught up in thinking it's just a father space or it's just a dad space. Like, nah, man, that's indirectly pouring into my needs. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what if you a coach and you coaching kids, you're a father figure. Ain't yours. Yeah. But that's what makes you a father figure. Yeah. Like a lot of times if Jazz is coming in there and having a bad day, man, you might pour into her. Right. And those are the things that, especially with black owned establishments, man, we got to get the village concept in our communities. There you go. That's now powerful. We understand each other. Like, man, I know Jazz worked for me, but Jazz, what's wrong? You know, think about your boss. Right. Think about ever working for a corporation. Correct. Your boss coming out and ask you what's wrong. Yeah. It don't happen.
Let me ask you this. So here on this podcast for Kevin Polite, which is the owner of the beauty supply store on Matlock, what can you say to Kevin Polite or give him wisdom on being a better beauty supply owner? Like, what have been your experiences going to beauty supply stores and like, dang, man, I wish I had this, I wish I had that? Give us like 3 wish lists. It's like, man, if you could do this, you could do that, you could do that. We ask everybody that we can to add value to Kevin. So as he's growing, I mean, it ain't like he had beauty supply school to go to. Yeah. No, he's growing, he's earning while he's learning, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. What could you say and say, man, you know what, this is what I would do?
Man, 100%, man, I would completely tap into the industry. And what I'm saying is any shows, any events, man, I would even tap in to the point where you can host some events. I don't care if it's a show or if it's a class, if it's anything, man, something that or tap into local brands, man. There's a lot of brands out here that people are coming up. I don't care if it's beard oil, if it's a skincare product, and then have them host their product at your place. Say, look, this is what we doing this weekend, and this is how we are going to have our entrance into this establishment.
Showcase it.
And I'm gonna showcase it for a day. I'm gonna be out here all day, have them do a giveaway or something, or their product.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Samples. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, completely dive into the industry, man, and then use your place as a hub that people can come and not only just patronize, you can educate the community.
There you go.
Different products.
There you go.
Especially like if you got a product that, let's say it caters to alopecia, or if it caters to eczema, or if it caters to, like I said, beard growth or anything. Right. Say, look, man, from 2 to 6 on this Saturday, come out, man. We give them free samples and free demonstrations on how to use this product. Or how it may fix your child's eczema, or you know, whatever the case may be. So now you bring community, you bring business, you bring education, all under one roof. And then again, now you create this network of word of mouth marketing
expectations.
That's crazy, bro. That's but now, and that's what I'm saying about Elite, man.
Yes,
is when you set your standard, and you check those boxes. Now the only person that you have to be accountable to for that elite status is you.
Yeah, and
Like, I do, I
you're
check
so
my
you're so head on because I like when God gives me confirmation. So you had no idea the conversation that me and KP had about this whole situation. Me be taking this brand to another level. We're doing this website. We're doing the social media. We're doing podcast. He wasn't even thinking. He like podcasts. I said, bro, trust me.
do the podcast.
Man,
There,
Trust
oh,
me.
man.
Trust me.
live when to have Dream set you up out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now he has his own podcast. This is his podcast. I'm just in here you on the show, so I'm just chiming in. But this is Kevin Polite's podcast. Welcome to Beauty in the City. Proud to see that, man. And his colors is purple and white.
Yeah.
And I affiliated with that. And I said to him, get within the culture of Dallas Fort Worth,
That's it.
and then the people will come.
Yes.
And Reggie George just said it.
Man, that's a solid blessing, man. I really appreciate that. It's very, very motivating. Whew, that will be a blessing in disguise, which I'm not shortcutting myself, but to be or to help the organization as a whole. When I say organization, the village, like you said the village of the beauty industry, that everybody is either I got this, you got that, I don't have that, he has that. I mean, not to be, again, like you said, you worry about yourself, worry about your business, focus on your niche and focus on what you specialize in. So if we could all come together, have this big old organization, hey, a annual meeting or something like that, of all black-owned businesses. I mean, and man, do you not know what that would do? That would eliminate, not necessarily eliminate, it will tap in what my actual goals are. It will tap in all these other businesses that have no business taking our dollars. Do you know the percentage of black dollar is shared by another black person? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. We spend the most money. We spend the most.
We definitely the
not
consumers. We're the consumers. We're a high consumer.
When I first got in the industry, man, I don't know who brought this to the school we was at the time, man, and they brought the statistics of Black Wall Street, right?
Oh yeah, I hear it all the time.
And bro, the statistics of Black Wall Street, and this would made me appreciate the industry. Like, you know how many businesses they had on Black Wall Street? I'm talking about from churches to doctors to grocery stores to everything.
Anything black owned.
Anything black owned.
Yes.
But you know the two entities that kept the black dollar in that community the longest?
What?
Was the barbershop and the beauty shop.
Wow.
Because every one of those black businesses had to go to the barbershop or the beauty shop.
Correct.
Woo.
And that's on a consistent basis. So you don't have to go to the doctor on a consistent basis.
Right.
You don't have to go get carpentry done on a consistent basis.
Right.
But the two entities, and then back then, most people don't know that a lot of your dental work came through the barbershop. Like most barbers, like you ever see the white, red, and blue in the pole?
Yeah.
The red is for blood because a lot of minor surgeries and dental work was done by barbers.
Really?
Like, you ever seen the movie with
Chris Rock?
Johnny Depp, Sweeney Todd?
I know what you're
The
talking
crazy.
about.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Those are created because barbers used to be considered surgeons. That's why SIP called itself SIP the surgeon.
That's
Like,
crazy.
a lot of barbers perform small surgeries in back in those days. So most of the money circulated in those communities the longest through the barbershop and the beauty shop.
Man,
Boy,
that is so powerful, man.
that's a whole school session
Like
right
I'm
there.
saying, man, it's just we spend so much money for this world to go around. We spend a lot of money,
Yeah.
a lot of money,
Yeah.
and we got to keep the village. We got to keep the circle. We got to keep it all together.
And they don't even wear none of it. They selling it, but they don't wear none of it.
Right.
And bro, the biggest thing is
That's crazy, dog.
that's what we talking about from the competitive
That's
standpoint. Like,
crazy.
even when it come to clothes or when it come to anything, we always compare it to and here go another analogy, man. That's like you know the difference between a lobster and a pig is what another nationality of people tells you. Like, even biblically, it tells you not to eat the fowl of the earth. but because another community of people tells us that the lobster and the crab is not all the lobster and the crab do is clean the ocean, and a pig clean the earth.
Shrimp too. They say shrimp
But
too.
we let other people tell us that's a delicacy, and then they put a price on it, and then they tell us the pig is what we eat. See, that's the thing. We never set our own market. We just patronize the market.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no different between a crab and a lobster and a pig, except what somebody tell you.
The value.
It's the value of it.
Wow.
But the thing is once they put the value on it, now here come the black dollar.
That's
Like,
powerful.
oh man, we're gonna eat all the crab legs.
Oh yeah. Lobster, shrimp.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
sees price.
We
Yeah.
never, and especially in this industry, bro.
Boy,
Yeah.
value exceeds price.
We drive the barber and beauty industry. I'm talking about from a motivational and an inspirational standpoint, all our styles, everything. But we also are drained of the black dollar the most as well in this industry. Like, we spend all of the money in this industry outside of our community.
Man, that is so true.
That's for hair.
we talk
nails,
about it.
Products, barber supplies, chairs, everything.
They're just waiting on us. They get
Come on.
paid.
Yeah, they get paid. Income tax. PPP.
Here they come.
PPP. We about 15. We
Black
black the ball.
Friday.
Black Friday. We love y'all. Hey, we even gonna put y'all color on the front. Black Friday.
I'm like, oh, Black History Month.
Black- hey, we
come
got
shop
you.
with us.
Real up. It's
Like,
Black
come
History
It's
Month.
Black History Month. And we gonna spend all our dollars somewhere.
Oh man,
Like,
you
man,
preach
Black
the
History
gospel,
Month,
dog. Hey, okay, so give me your opinion. So on the marketing campaign, before we get out here, I want to get your opinion. So what we're doing to change the culture, when you walk in, you'll see some screens on there that have your picture on there honoring you. And that's a fact. When you walk in, and you'll see this at the end of the month, you'll see Reggie George. That's number one. Also, your culture, your songs, your music will be played inside the store. Also, if you live within, and we're starting off right now, if you live within 10 miles, and I had to pull KP on this one, it's like, oh man, but you have to spend over $100 at least, we will deliver it to you.
I think off the record, I'm gonna give you the gap. I don't want to say it on the record because somebody steal it. Then I'm gonna give you the gap. And listen, this is something that I thought about years ago, and this was crazy, but I ain't never gonna say it on air.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you the game.
Oh, that's good. There you go. We're gonna get the juice.
You gotta be.
Go get the juice. Go get the juice.
I only want a small.
There you go, a little percentage.
Hey, sure, man.
We all businessmen in here.
It's just a circle.
Just a circle.
Just a circle.
Keep it in the circle.
I'm gonna give you the game, bro.
Keep it in the circle, man. Listen, I'm gonna say it first, man, and I'm gonna let KP get us out here. Guys, most definitely tune in. Go like and subscribe to my brothers. This is not my podcast. I co-host it every now and then. I am producing it. This is Kevin Polite's podcast, representing a black-owned business, and then I'm super proud of him. And shout out to my brother Reggie George for
Reggie, man.
trusting God enough,
Listen.
that he's gonna provide for your legacy, your vision for your daughters and all the children that you represent as a father figure here. And man, it's an honor and privilege as my brother. I'm glad you came on last drop second for me, and thank you for just hanging out with us today, man.
Man, my honor. It's a pleasure, bro.
Man, hey, well, first off, solid blessing that you're here. I want to thank you for the words of wisdom that you've provided us, and maybe for some of us that's watching right now. I want to encourage everyone to stay focused and do what you're supposed to do. Make sure, and today, what I've learned today, talking to you, you have a purpose.
Yeah.
You have a purpose in life. Don't give up. Continue doing what you do. And if you currently own a business, focus on what you need to focus on, and don't worry about what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Get your dollar where it needs, where you already perfected. Get your dollar where it belongs. I want to make sure that everyone understands that the purpose of Beauty in the City is to bring everyone along amongst the whole city, and let's collab. It's a village. It's DFW. We're one of the biggest cities in Texas, United States of America. We're the top tier. Let's all come together, do what we're all supposed to do, and let's get a percentage of all these other beauty supply owners or all these other business owners that has no business taking our dollars. Let's get a percentage of it, okay, guys? All right, Beauty in the City, man. Thank you so much. Reg, thank you. Dream. Hey, keep it coming, y'all. Unique Image Beauty Supply. See you soon.
Turn up your shoulder.